Hello and welcome to a culinary landscaping experience unlike anything you've witnessed in the last 30 seconds. Today, one man's palpable passion and pursuit of the perfect pizza blends with the art of stonemasonry to create a really interesting project. So let's go to the property now and I'll show you a little bit about what I'm talking about. Let's go. Hey all, this is Matt with Sage Landscapes. We're checking in on a job that we completed recently with a wood-fired pizza oven. So we just wanted to show off a few features of this project. Want to see what we did on the main entryway. We did some lighting, some stone pads. Obviously this is a stone veneer pizza oven. We have the secondary nook area down here and a paver path that wraps all the way around. So let's dive into some of the details of this project right now. Let's talk about the styling on this job as well. We have these rolled concrete planters, so this is kind of that traditional Victorian feel here with the rolled concrete details. This stone veneer on the pizza oven here is a quartzite. It's a really hard natural stone, has a little bit of shimmer in that light color that contrasts with the darker stone elements. So we have the leathered dark granite here. You're seeing these dark colors come back in the hearthstone of the fireplace in the granite. So we left this granite overhang a little bit so you get an additional seat. So if you're cooking here, you can then pull out this seat and this becomes a dining area as well. And then we have the primary dining area here with the table and an additional spot to hang out here that's almost like a bar that matches on this other side. So you've already in a single patio created a few areas that you're going to be able to use. And then on our other patio areas, we made the stair risers and the coping of this whole wall out of the cast on Olympic paver. So that's a pretty contemporary paver, but I think that contrast in color between the Belgard Catalina pavers here on the main field of the patio and that coping gives a little nice touch to have that full picture frame detail while still leaving open flow from the door that's going to go directly down this staircase. So when you make it down the staircase, this is yet another area that you're going to be able to use in the event of hosting and stuff like this. It's another area that you can dine or entertain or hang out. I really love these additional spaces that you gain from a big patio build. Just a little secluded nook, a change in height, that really makes it feel private. So if you're hosting a bigger group, then you've got space for people to break out in small groups and have a private conversation without feeling like a cacophony of noise on the main patio. So it's really nice to have that secondary area close by that you can go down and enjoy yourself while detaching a little bit from the main entertaining area. That was something we kept in mind through this whole project. If we look at some of the natural stone elements, and we'll take a look at the bluestone pathway here as well, but they wanted to keep that classic feel, a lot of natural stones and things that are going to be timeless and match the character of the house. Let's talk about the guts of this pizza oven and how it's built. So this was an imported number from France, but it was provided to us by the Breadstone Oven Company in Texas. So this is the grand-mère, which is maybe grandmother or the big mother, something like this in French. But if you look inside, it features fire bricks, this nicely cured concrete, and an insulated dome and floor. So it's the insulation in this one that really makes the difference between this model and other models. So you not only have the thermal mass of the concrete and the fire brick, but you also have this super thick insulation that holds the heat, and that's what makes it a good bread oven as well as a pizza oven. So the assembly of one of these ovens is really quite particular. These domes came in two pieces, so you basically put them together over a floor of fire brick like this, and then the insulation layer is almost 4 inches thick on the floor, and then we piled over insulation on the top as well. As for our stone choice, we chose a quartzite, which is quite a hard stone to work with, but it gives this little bit of shimmer and that light color that we really like to contrast the darker hearthstone cap. We have this charcoal hearthstone cap from Mutual Materials all the way around, and then this quartzite veneer that's laid to be like a dry stone veneer, so you don't have grout joints in between the individual stones. So the whole assembly here is that kind of stone all the way out to the wood boxes here. The wood boxes, we just have a concrete scratch coat in our stone ends there, and then our granite countertops kind of mirror this dark charcoal of the hearthstone cap. So you've got a flue to control the chimney, also an additional little peak hole here in the front. Have a few different ways where you can really make sure you maintain that temperature and air control while you're using this oven. The other piece you've got is this thermometer, goes directly into the masonry through the insulation layer, so you get a pretty accurate reading when you're doing finicky things like breads. The entire pizza oven surrounded by fire brick, and there's clay and all the joints at the bottom, so you're not adding any mortar that will break or crack under the heat. So it's all fire resistant, and actually it'll absorb the heat, all the materials inside of this dome. Okay, let's talk about cooking with a wood-fired pizza oven. Cooking in this wood oven, and you want to impart flavors on your food, what you're going to want to pick is woods like apple and cherry that when burned will actually enhance the flavor of your wood-fired oven. But in general, you just want to make sure that it's a hardwood, so you want something that's cut fairly small and will burn hot and fast to bring your oven up to temperature quite quickly. You've got the thermometer installed here that goes directly into the masonry so you get an accurate reading. So for the best results of cooking, you're going to want to choose the right wood, right temperature, and then with the right oven, that temperature is going to hold and you'll increase the amount of things that you can cook with a single burn. You make a fire in here one night, come back the next morning, it's already at 300 degrees, ready for cookies and bread. The homeowner is really passionate about wood-fired cooking and having pizza parties and things like that, but then the added benefit with all the insulation and thermal mass of the pizza oven is that you get to cook the next day as well without having to restart a fire and burn more fuel. This is such a nice pizza oven here from the Breadstone Oven Company in Texas. Really nice model. I would highly recommend. Okay, since this is a fairly traditional house, we went with a lot of traditional materials. So here you'll see this dimensional bluestone path with a true flagstone in the middle as sort of a central area through the arbor at the bottom. And that light at the end is a 12-volt light as well, so we wanted that mostly to illuminate the front steps for safety. It's a nice kind of candelabra effect on a 12-volt LED. I think it looks really nice, along with this bluestone paving in the metal archway there of the jasmine. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Really appreciate you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any odd outdoor hobbies that require specialist equipment like this guy does. If not, a huge thank you. You guys have been great, and I've been Matt with Sage Landscapes. I'll see you next time.